if you feel like you're wasting your youth, you have to watch this video. And I won't make it long, I won't make any kind of long ass intro. Listen, there are a lot of memes, but there is a point in our lives when we are like 3 or 4 years old, when we suddenly gain consciousness. It is true, it is even scientifically proven that at this age we basically, our brains start emitting different kind of frequencies, which are responsible for basically conscious thinking, right? That's kind of a bro science, but it is true. But what I think is that it happens twice in our lives. The first time is, as I said, when we are like 3 or 4 years old and we suddenly gain consciousness. But the second time is when we are in our teenage years, and then we suddenly feel this urge to do something important, to do something meaningful, right? And if you feel like you're wasting your youth, it might simply mean that you have now been called to fulfill your purpose, basically. Because I believe that every single human being has their own purpose on this earth, and they were called in the right time. Because it depends on your faith, but you can say God, you can say universe, you can say Allah, but whatever that is that you believe, in my case it's God. I think that God basically called us in the right way because he knew that we are the right person to do something impactful in these particular times that we are living in, right? That's what I believe. So, following this logic, when you suddenly feel like you're just wasting your youth, it's basically God giving you a sign that, okay, so you are now mature enough to start working on your purpose, on the reason why you are here on this earth. That's basically your God telling you this, literally, in person. So, what that means is that right now you should find what this purpose of yours is. Because it's not like he will literally tell you what you should do. Like, you are not given any kind of step-by-step instructions. You have to find it yourself. That's the easiest way to go about it, to be honest with you. Now you could ask, how do you find it? How do you find your purpose? Listen, I got this kind of calling pretty much early, because I was like 13, 14 years old, right? When I felt like, I kind of was feeling different than anyone. I didn't see any kind of sense in going out and like, at this age you don't really party, but like you still have some kind of less degenerate activities, right? Which are similar to partying, basically. Jesus Christ, this fly is annoying me. Yeah, that's the downsides of recording in nature. But I felt it, and I was like, okay, so what do I do actually? And since I felt different than anyone else, when everyone was going to some kind of do some activities, right? What I would do is I would always go to the forest, and I would always just sit by myself, and I would always think a lot, like really a lot. And like, Jesus Christ, this camera with my phone is trolling me today. Okay, anyways, I was thinking about my purpose, I was thinking about a lot of stuff, and to be honest with you, like this age of 15 years old, right, it is the age when you start actually partying, at least here in Poland. And so my friends, it wasn't long until my friends started partying and all of that stuff, and I didn't feel like it, so I didn't do it. And that allowed me to spend even more time just with myself in the forest and in the nature, basically. As you can see, it stayed like this to this day. I'm not saying that I don't have friends, I have my boys. Yesterday we were caught by the storm, basically, so I literally was feeling sick after we came back. It was a wild experience, but that's not the topic of this video. you know, I started really thinking about my purpose, and this is what you should do as well. I think you should go and just spend time with yourself. You don't literally have to go like for weeks, months, days, or anything like this. Sometimes it is the case, but sometimes you can find the answer just after like 3 sessions of being alone with yourself. Why do you have to be alone with yourself? Well, the answer is pretty simple. That's because, when we are in with different people, we can't fully express ourselves. I mean, we are human beings. Like every single one of us is. I could say that a little bit weird, right? You know what I mean. Like we all have this kind of weird side of us, which we can't really show when we are with other people, because like we we think that they will judge us and all of that stuff, which will probably happen, right? So there is a side of us hidden really deep that we can't really show when we are with someone else. That's why you need to go outside and be only by yourself, because you know yourself. So like there's no way that you will feel kind of insecure about showing this kind of weird side of yours, right? And you should really do that and really spend as much time as you will need to discover your purpose. Just think about what you love. Think about what you enjoy doing. Think about what could you do until the last day of your life. Right? Think about what you can do throughout your entire life. That will be the answer. I want you to really dive deeper into the concept of Ikigai. It can really help you. There's basically something you love, something that community needs, something that you can be paid for, something that you enjoy, all of that stuff. It all comes down to your Ikigai. So in other words, to your purpose. You have to really discover it. And once you do that, because your purpose will basically be like the final image of yours, like final your ultimate goal, what you want to achieve in your life, okay? Or the ultimate activity that you want to keep doing. Because for some people, however weird it might sound, the ultimate activity, like their Ikigai, might be just, I don't know, cutting wood. Like literally, they might just fell in love with wood and woodworking and all of that stuff. It can literally be their purpose and their Ikigai, right? It's really, I mean, it's hard to discover your purpose, but believe me, if you'll just go and sit by yourself and really think about it and spend a lot of time sometimes to think about it, you'll eventually find it. You'll eventually know what your purpose is. Listen, for me, it's all about sharing my experiences. It's all about, like, my ultimate goal, okay, is to be one of those really recognized people in self-improvement space. That is literally my goal. I always wanted to kind of give advice to people, and my friends are actually telling me that I'm good at it. And yeah, I can give a lot of advice, a lot of good advice, right? So my purpose is just being one of the most recognized people in self-improvement. But also it's I also like to discover new things. I also like to learn a lot of new things, technical things. Now, since there is AI basically everywhere, that's literally my business. I literally have a business about AI, right? So that's also one of my goals. So I know my purpose. I know why I'm here. And once you do that as well, once you actually discover your purpose, what you can do then is you can break it down into like smaller goals that are actually achievable, because you can't just decide, but okay, so I want to be one of the most recognized people in the self-improvement and then just go for it. it won't work. Like, it's such an unclear goal, but you won't be able to just reach it. You have to break it down into smaller, more achievable goals. So for example, for me was to, for example, I said that twice. I know. You know, I can start by recording videos. I can start by sharing my thoughts, my experiences with other people, sharing my kind of value with other people. That's where I can start. Then I already did that, but like, I can gather a community of people. I have my community on Discord, so we can join it. And that's how I can just go about it for now, right? You have to really develop a plan. And once you do that, once you know why you are here, once you have at least the first step, once you know the first step that you have to take in order to ultimately get into your main goal, right, in life, to achieve your purpose, once you all have all of that, you really won't be able to waste your youth. And you know why? Because whenever you will, for example, come back from school and try to play video games, you will know exactly what you should be doing instead. So yeah, maybe you will, like, there will be one day when you'll come back from school and just play video games. Maybe it will repeat for the next 4 days, for example, but for all of those 5 days, you will always think that, okay, it's not my purpose, I have actually something else to do on this earth. So you'll just literally be thinking about it all the time, and there will be day when you will be mature enough to say, oh, you know what, fuck it, I'm not playing video games, I actually will take this first step. And once you do that, it will become easier and easier to take another step and another and another and another and chase your ultimate goal. It will really literally happen automatically. The only thing that you need to do right now is to go to the nature and really find a quiet place, chill there, and think about why you are even here. That's literally all you need to do. There's not much really. Then once you do that, as I said, break it down into actionable steps that you can take, and just the rest will almost happen automatically, right? Because you will then know why you are here, you will know exactly what to do. Your brain will literally tell you all the time and remind you of that playing video games is maybe not your real purpose, so maybe you should actually do something else. And if it does that every single day to you, there will be a day when you, as I said, say, fuck it, I'm doing something else today, and you will start and everything will flow, basically. If you found value in this video, you can join our free community, you can subscribe to this channel, and thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.